Good morning, motherfuckers. How you badass motherfuckers doing? Oh shit. Final Friday of the month. Final Friday of the month. Man, it's a beautiful Friday too. Out here in New Mexico, man, we ain't getting no snow. We finally got a real snowstorm. It's like 5 or 6 inches outside of that. Beautiful, beautiful white fluffy snow. Beautiful stuff, man. So excited. So excited for the snow. I hope you're enjoying your day. I hope you've had a great week. I know I have. That's why I keep getting back on here for all you motherfuckers. All you badass motherfuckers, keep showing up. We've been talking about some very real topics this week. Everything from relationships to codependency to trauma, right? To bad habits and good habits, resistance, right? Addiction. And we're talking about this motherfucker's 10-year sobriety, right? I'm your host of the Morning Drinking Show. It's all on me. We take total fucking ownership around here. Going through life transformation. How many of y'all still resisting? Resisting the things you know you need to do, right? Holding back, right? You're still just trying to push back. And, you know, all the universe wants to do, all God wants to do for you is give you the things that are going to make you the best version of yourself. But a lot of times we scared of change. We're scared of the unknown. And it has so much to do with you guys that, man, we've been fucked up in our past. I keep talking about this trauma and it ain't going away. I keep coming across more and more resources, more and more people that they're talking about trauma, you guys. And this is like, it's unbelievable how little we truly understand about trauma and how the traumatic events primarily between fucking 0 to about 7 years old, man, maybe even just 0 to 10, those first 10 years of our life, right? The amount of trauma that you experienced during that time, whether it was physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, neglect, just so many horrific things. And it's in those moments when we're super young, right? That we don't know how to communicate, right? We don't know how to express ourselves. And even a lot of you now, I was just talking to a close friend and he's been really working on trying to put together the words to have healthy, safe conversations. And I think, you know, I can speak from a male's point of view, a man, that I struggled with that my whole life too. I didn't know the fucking words to say. It's like I would be there, you know, in an altercation or just conflict or just, you know, just something was brewing, right? There's this we got a disagreement here. And it's like you want nothing more than to get away from, like, you want nothing more than to go back to the peace that was there moments before. Sometimes this shit happens fucking quick. And unfortunately, a lot of us, we don't have the communication skills to express our feelings, right? To communicate our feelings. And so then what do? If you don't know how to communicate on your feelings, then guess what? You go to your default, right? That fight or flight, which is to communicate by action in a response or a reaction. And a lot of times that's what leaves us feeling all fucked up, right? That's what leaves us feeling even worse. And, you know, this whole journey with me, 10 years of sobriety right here, drunk motherfucker, you know, this breakthrough really didn't happen until I went to teach elementary. And I went into a school that was considered a trauma-informed school. And I really appreciated the leadership that was there. And, you know, it's all comes down to just even this, it comes back down to my journaling every day. When I'm able to go back and look back at what the hell was going on back then with me in my mind. And having some issues here at the light. It was pretty wild, you guys. The fact that, I'd lived 41 years of my life and I didn't really ever account for the trauma that I had gone through. And I've come across some really amazing doctors that are starting to advance the research and really put together the data that connects addictions, right, with our trauma. So many people are being ostracized from society and excommunicated from society, and a lot of these folks are there in our homeless shelters, in our jails, in our penitentiaries, in institutions, and we're trying to, as a society, trying to just deal with the symptoms of addiction, and we're not realizing what even drove the addiction, what drives the behavior, right? And study after study, it's starting to become more and more prevalent that it's the trauma, it's our coping mechanism, right? And in a lot of us, some of our traumatic events are so bad that I told you guys a story a few weeks ago that, I've had all kinds of therapists in the last 10 years, different therapists, and I've had some social workers that I've met, also in a therapeutic type talking environment. And there was this one guy, big dude, man. He was really starting to make some gains with me. I was really starting to feel some of the layers coming off. Unfortunately, the guy had to make the best decision in his life, but he left the VA with kind of some unfinished business with me. Like, I had gone to a really good place, and then boom, every time, if you've ever gone through the therapeutic cycle, and this is one of the shitty things, is every time you get a new therapist, it's like you got to start over. You got to start from scratch. And that shit sucks because I'd already probably been working with this guy for a year, and then boom, now I got to get a new one, and you got to rehash all the bullshit, which then kind of just keeps you in a cycle. But this guy really started to see some shit in me that, the traumas, and he was talking a lot about where I used to, again, limiting beliefs. I talked about that negative self-talk. Well, I used to tell myself a lot that, I didn't have a good memory, right? I would tell myself that, like, man, and it still happens from time to time. Like, I have people that I'll be interacting with, and they remind me of a story about myself. And I used to always say, I don't know, my head's just messed up, or, maybe it's all the drinking and the fucking drugs that I used to do as a kid, and a lot of that I don't think is true. Maybe some little tiny portion of it is true, but I think that's just a limiting belief that the more we tell ourselves. But he kind of pointed at, dude, you've been through so much trauma in your life that your way to cope with the trauma is subconsciously you programmed yourself to stop retaining these memories, right? So that you wouldn't take on more pain and more suffering. And I was listening to this guy yesterday, a doctor, and he's pointing to all of our addiction. The core of addiction is all rooted, right? It's not just a trait we have. It's not, even a mental disorder we have. There's not like a gene. Sometimes we'll say it, oh, it's hereditary, right, that I have this addiction shit. And what it's really not, what it is it's a perpetuation of trauma throughout generations, right? It's like that generational curse, if you want to say that. It's really based, our generational curses are based in our trauma. And it's so hard to believe, really, at the onset of it. When you think about it, like, the story that I point back to is, this episode where my biological father kind of tricked my mom, busted down the door, beat the shit out of her, pointed a gun, and little Greggy at 8, my mom says I was like 18 months old, is hiding under the bed, and finds the words to say, I don't even know how an 18-month-old can talk, but it's like, no, 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 please don't kill my mommy. It's like, what? And just knowing that that was just one of many. And then even this doctor talks about, you guys, that even mothers, right, that are pregnant, if the mother, before the child's even born, if if the mother is living in a state of stress, right, a toxic relationship that's abusive mentally, emotionally, just any number of ways, that those stress hormones develop there in the womb and get transferred over to the child. And a lot of us, we just don't realize, we don't put this shit together. We don't realize, we think something's wrong with us, and there's nothing wrong with us. But we have experienced this pain. And the thing is our bodies are the recorders of our emotions. That's why when you can say, oh, well, I'm 80 years old, I'm 50 years old, the most traumatic shit that ever happened to me when I was just a little kid. What the fuck does that have to do with me now? It has everything. Because again, I mentioned yesterday, there's two primal forms of communication that every single one of us as little babies, when we come into this earth, can express. And the first one is we laugh or we cry. Those are the two things. And so it's kind of funny. If you're someone that's kind of wah, wah, wah right now, think about it. If you're someone that's always wah, 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 complaining about everything, always putting out your shit, right? All the negativity that's going on in your life, always looking at everyone around you and fucking pointing the finger and just finding shit to be upset about, right? Finding shit to disagree with, to have conflict with, right? Well, you're still crying. You're out there still crying. And what do you probably want? Some fucking attention. And the thing is what I'm trying to convey to everybody here is that we got to get to a fucking place of self-reliance. That you can count on yourself. You can become your own best motherfucking friend. That doesn't mean, I am not saying don't have any friends. I am not saying don't be in a relationship. Make sure, some of y'all want to fucking hear that shit. It just suits you. I don't know why. What I am clearly telling you, though, is that in the midst of having all these relationships, good relationships, toxic relationships, right? Healthy relationships, all this bullshit, dysfunctional relationships, in the midst of all that shit, where you find yourself today listening to my voice, you need to start improving your relationship with yourself. It is the most important relationship, you guys. It is the most important fucking journey of your life, this journey of self-discovery. And it's all based on our story. Life is about stories, guys. And you're the author of the motherfucking story called your life. And so many of us are carrying around the feelings of the pain and suffering from fucking forever ago. And we don't realize that it is still impacting how we feel today. And that's been the biggest breakthrough, is when you can actually finally go in. See, the thing is you don't need pills. You don't need treatment to heal your past trauma. I've been talking about this. It starts with acceptance. It starts with disconnecting from the emotional circumstances of whatever the horrific things that you have experienced in your life, and going and watching, replaying those mental movies of the past. And for me to make the mental movie clear, guess what? I had to reach out to people that were adults at that time to substantiate the story of my life, because I don't remember every detail. So I went to other family members and said, hey, can I have a conversation with you about this? And sometimes that can be uncomfortable, but it has to be non-judgmental. You have to maybe set some context to say, hey, I'm doing some life exploration, or I'm really trying to figure out some things about my life. And I would love for you to just share your perspective at this time, so that I can piece together what the fuck really happened and how did I handle it? How has it impacted me? And once you can actually see that story, you can watch that mental movie and you can replay it in all that pain and suffering, and see it with eyes of compassion. And you can see the heart. You can see even the people doing the worst heinous shit, right? Not as evil. right? You can look at it and say, man, that's horrible what this person's doing. But why are they doing that? Are they just trying to respond to their own trauma? The shit, we don't know what they went through, right? We don't know what they saw as little kids. And maybe that's just, they don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to communicate their feelings when they're feeling hurt, when they're feeling afraid, when they're feeling anxious, when they're feeling scared, right? We don't know how to just speak about it and then sit there and allow the feelings and emotions to process, right? Take some breaths and really just allow it to process and settle and just soothe yourself. So instead, we default to our subconscious programs and we act it out. We act out our feelings. And then that's where shit gets fucking crazy. But we think that if you've lived forever and this shit happened when you're just a little kid, that somehow it's magically gone. It ain't gone. It's not gone. You have not given yourself permission to act differently, to change the habit, to change the subconscious behavior. And it's not until you go in there and it's not even just a one-time deal. I've had to go back into these traumatic things and just continue to reinforce the fact that I want to give this moment in my life new meaning. I can't change it, right? Forgiveness isn't about accepting someone's bad behavior. It's just accepting that you can't change that, what has happened. And for you to be able to move forward, you have to get to a level of acceptance, right? Full acceptance, total fucking ownership, right? Even if you're the absolute bona fide fucking court approved, jury fucking backed victim of a heinous crime committed, you still psychologically, emotionally, and mentally and physically have to accept it and create forgiveness inside yourself. That doesn't mean it's okay what happened to you. But the problem is you're fucking hurting yourself. You're not hurting anybody else. Because you're continuing to carry that around, whether you literally understand that or not. Psychologically, subconsciously, you're carrying around how your body felt during that moment. And every time something pops up that's even remotely similar, our bodies and our minds and our brains are so powerful, they're going to try, it's here to protect you. And until you can go back in that time machine, watch that fucking episode with compassion, unconditional love. Again, you got to raise up. You have to show up to be the best motherfucker you can be for yourself in that moment, right? And it ain't like you're going to try and jump in the movie and fucking shoot the motherfucker that hurt you or stab them or just act out. No, you need to like see it that all of these humans involved in this situation are all suffering. And it's just the weirdest connection that we have, you guys. Like, we're just built to be resilient. And that pain and suffering is going to do one of two things, you guys. It's going to be the death of you. And when I say death, some of y'all have been Walking Dead. I kind of had this premonition yesterday about the show, The Walking Dead. It's like the motherfuckers that are woke, that have fully fucking have healed, are like Rick and the fucking crew, right? The living. And The Walking Dead are all you motherfuckers that haven't stepped up, that you're just going through the motions. You're consuming everything you fucking can. You're watching all these motherfuckers work. You're watching all this fucking shit. You're checking the fuck out of life. You're not living. You're not present, right? You're just consuming everything you can. Just like them fucking zombies. They just consume. They consume. They don't know anything else. And that's The Walking Dead. Some of y'all are doing that. You're alive. You got a pulse, right? You wake up, you eat, you take shits in the morning, you brush your teeth, you take a shower. But guess what? You're truly not living because you have no focus on your future. You don't have goals. You don't have a direction. You're just kind of going through the fucking routine. And it's not a routine that is even something you want to be doing. So that even creates more fucking suffering. When you're settling for some bullshit because of some shit that happened in your past, you're feeling you ain't worthy. And that's a lie, you guys. Every one of us is so spectacularly, incredibly special. You some badass motherfuckers. I believe in you guys, right? And that's why I'm trying to direct you guys every day, man. Wake up with some gratitude. It's an amazing thing to be grateful. Grateful for life. I'm grateful for all this snow out here. I love it, man. I love the snow, right? I'm looking forward to taking my kids to go get some snowboarding lessons and go snowboarding. I'm gonna go skiing this weekend. You know, a lot of you think New Mexico is a fucking desert. We got a ski basin right here in town. Beautiful ski basin, man. It's gonna be an amazing weekend. I hope you guys are already thinking about your weekend. I hope you're already thinking about February, right? What goals? Did you guys have monthly goals in January? We're closed out. We're closing out January. Did any of you hit your monthly goals? Anybody drop 5 pounds? Anybody hit the gym on a regular basis, start new habits? Anybody change up some nutrition? Feeling better about yourself? These are all the basic shits, you guys. This is the basic fucking shit for how you can improve how you feel. Because again, it's not about how you look. There's a lot of shit we try and do to change our looks. New haircut, makeup, surgery, all kinds of shit. But very few of those things truly translate in sustained feelings so that you actually feel fucking better. And I truly believe, man, the only way you're going to start feeling better about your life is when you really start to accept your story. When you really start to dig into what is your story. What have you been through? And I was like that. I was fucking ashamed. I was ashamed of this motherfucker right here. And now I look back and I'm like, fuck, man, I had to go through all that shit so I could get to here, right? So I could be at this place. And as much as that shit was painful, and I'm still processing some of these stories, you guys, because I said it's a continuation. It's like when you finally get through that breakthrough where you can see something really horrific or accept something really bad like this and look at it with that compassion and that unconditional love, saying, you know what? That's who I am. That's part of my story. And if someone accepts me, I'm grateful. Thank you. Thank you if you accept me as being a transformed person, as being someone that made a mistake. But guess what? I took massive action when I fucked up. That's what's led me to this 10-year fucking journey, is I took massive fucking action. No excuses. The minute I knew I fucked up right here, right? I got it right by seeking forgiveness from everyone I could. And I took massive action. I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I ain't drinking ever fucking again, man. I can never go back to that. So it took massive action. It said, I'm going to get therapy. I'm going to start doing a lot of shit different. And I'm challenging you guys to do it. And I'm proud of those of you that have been reaching out. This has been week 4 has been the week to reach out to Greg. And really it's any time, you guys, day or night, night or day. I ain't got no fucking office hours. You know, I've had the 2 a.m. fucking hit me ups. And it ain't kind of that booty call fucking piece of ass 2 a.m. bullshit. I've had some motherfuckers hurting, really hurting, hitting me up at 2 a.m. And that's some shit, right? Any of y'all ever taken a call from somebody that's in a really fucking bad spot that you don't even know? You don't even know this motherfucker, but they kin you up at 2 o'clock and they calling you through Facebook. You're like, shit, man, what the fuck's going on here? I want to go back to bed. Most of y'all just fucking think that's some bullshit, but I answered that call and that person was hurting. And I hope I was able to help them out a little bit to get through the situation, to just give them some hope, right? And that's all I'm trying to give you guys is some fucking hope. That no matter what you've been through, no matter what you're going through, no matter how you feel today, right? You get a choice. You get a choice today if you want to make it a fucking amazing day or if you just want to have a fucking shitty day. You may have had a fucking horrible day yesterday. That don't matter. It does. Like there's shit you need to do, but at the end of the day, you guys get a choice on how you feel. And for so many years, I didn't feel like I got to have a choice and have control over my fucking thoughts and feelings. And I couldn't trust myself because I knew what I was fucking capable of. And I even knew after 8 years of sobriety, man, I was still dealing with anger issues. And I'm like, well, where's this fucking anger coming from? Is it from losing my business in Southern California? Just losing all that material possessions, that success, the dream of raising kids in Southern California by the beach when I grew up in fucking little Santa Fe, New Mexico, right? A lot of it was that. I came out of Southern California losing everything, closing up the shop, losing all my investment properties, all that shit. I came out with a lot of anger. There's no fucking question about that, man. I was an angry motherfucker. I was pretty pissed off. I busted my ass. I'd worked my fucking ass off. And a lot of times I felt like it wasn't because I got lazy. I was being irresponsible. Like, yeah, I had been irresponsible from time, but I still always showed up. I was a functioning alcoholic, right? I could do my job. I could fucking work for days on end, doing t-shirts and helping people out. But at the end of the day, it was too crazy. It was too much. Business dried up, right? Shit was just getting fucking crazy in 08, 09 when we decided to move back, right? So it's like, and it's like when you look back on all that, right? It's fuck. That was a tough loss. And I consider myself a failure for a lot of years, you guys. But even then, right? Drunk motherfucker 10 years ago, hit rock bottom. I had to take massive action. As depressed and as sad and just, I mean, you know, this guy walked out of fucking jail that day with divorce papers, restraining order, criminal fucking charges, the whole fucking deal, man. I didn't just have a fucking lawyer. I had a legal team, you guys, to deal with my fucking shit. You don't want to get to there. And some of y'all already been there, done that, bought the fucking shirt. I'm right there with you. But are you fucking the Walking Dead right now? Are you living your best life? Or are you still carrying around the guilt and the shame of your past? The hurt and the pain and the sadness and the regret of your fucking past. And if you are, guess what? You can fucking change all of that. Positive mental attitude. Journaling, you guys. Journaling. I wanna figure out a way to do some workshops with you guys to really try and help you guys develop these better journaling habits, or really just start to come up with some of these free-flowing stories from the past, opportunities for you guys to do some journaling. And, you know, I'm thinking about some different ways to do that. Maybe it's like a fucking Zoom meeting, you know, like a group thing where I can even do breakout sessions, breakout rooms to go and, you know, bring everyone in and say, okay, hey, let's start here with some journaling, and then I'll do a breakout room and I could go check with every single person. We can talk, you know, if stuff like that is appealing to you, if you think that that would be a proactive way for me to kind of help support and guide your developing a journaling habits with yourself that can actually get through some of these breakthroughs, hit me up, man. Leave those comments down there. Because I'm coming up almost on 30 minutes and 150 motherfuckers already died today on this beautiful Friday day, right? That's how shit goes. And that's just in the US. Around the world, that's over like 3,500 people just died. And we just take this shit for granted. Like, oh, it's been 30 minutes, right? That time ain't shit. You know, 30 minutes ain't that long. It's like, dude, this is a life or death fucking situation that we're all dealing with because no one's guaranteed shit. And life can really throw us for fucking some loops, can it? Y'all been through some shit, right? That's why you keep coming back here. You've been through some shit. Guess what? I'm here for you. I'm ready to fucking help you out with some of that shit. Guide you. I think some of it needs to be professional, right? But it doesn't all have to be that, because what happens is now that I've come through 10 years, I can now condense that 10 years into fucking months, years, like a really smaller amount of time. We can throw fucking all kinds of fuel to accelerate your healing process. If you're really wanting to, and that's the whole program, you got to fucking reach out. You got to ask for help. You got to say this shit. And I know there's some of you, it's really scary. I know. I know some of y'all have reached out and you're not following up with my responses. Like you're reaching out, really opening up, and then you just kind of leave me hanging. And I'm gonna just let that hang, right? That's what this is about. You gotta want it. This is personal fucking initiative. This is you taking the initiative, right? Grabbing your life, and saying, I want to do something about this. If you don't have the drive to say, I want to do something about this, right? I'm ready to do something. Now is my time, right? This is my fucking year. This is my moment to break through. I'm sick and fucking tired of this shit. If you're not there yet, then like just hang in there. Do your best, fucking try to take care of yourself. Right? But I want to be there. I need to put my focus and energy on those of you that are saying, you know what, this is my time. I'm ready. I'm ready. What you're saying makes sense. And it's like, I came across this doctor. I think he's out of Vancouver of all places, which is interesting. But he's saying the same shit, you guys. He's pointing everything, all the addictions. It's not like some weird hereditary fucking thing. It's not a disease, right? We go to these things that we're addicted to, and it could be a lot of different shit. If we're honest with us, fitness can be an addiction of ours, right? To just cope with dealing with our fucking pain and suffering, our emotional toil, our moods, the shit that we're carrying around. Fitness, food, right? Everything, addictions, literally drug and alcohol, medication, fucking addictions, sexual addictions. There's so many fucking addictions out there, things that we use to run away. I mean, I could even say that there's times where I've used volunteering as a way to fucking avoid real life issues. I've used my hiking to go and do that, travel to just run away from fucking life. We've all been there. You motherfuckers do it. And we got to find a way through it, you guys. You got to find a way to realize that there's a better way to do it, to do life, right? This whole addictive behavior, that's the piece, right? That's a limiting belief. Oh, I just have an addictive behavior. No, what you really have is a lot of fucking childhood trauma that's been unresolved. It's unhealed, and you can heal it, and it doesn't take medication. It takes you truly accepting you for you, going into that situation, and at a deep level, giving it new meaning. Saying that the way that you felt in that moment was totally correct. It was your survival mechanism, and it was the best you can do then. But as you are now older and have experienced a lot more things, to get to that maturity level where you can now give it an empowering meaning and have compassion over people and let go of the hurt, let go of the pain, let go of the suffering, and start to breathe in life into that situation, to say, this was the moment that got me to here, and where I'm at here, now I'm ready to grow. Now I'm ready to start living again. And I hope you guys are hearing this on this morning. We've been talking a lot about those relationships that we find ourselves in, and especially the toxic ones, right? The ones that really take away our peace. And that's going to be a big piece of it, you guys. That's going to be a big part of this journey for you, is letting go. Because it took for me to get to a place I shared with you guys, I think earlier this week, where I was in such a deep meditative state that I just literally let go of everything. I let go of all the emotions, all the stories. I just kept letting go, every layer, right? My emotions, my stories, my success, my pain, my criminal past, right? Just all these beliefs, just all these people in my life, just like, and this is just psychologically letting go, but also accepting that if physically I had to let go of people, that was okay too. Because as long as it led me to a better place for me, then I believe that's what the universe wants from you. I think that's what God wants from you guys, is for you to be in the best place possible. And so many of us are like me. I was resisting it. I was saying, no. I was asking God, I was asking the universe for blessings and abundance and breakthrough and, a better job and new opportunities. And I was asking for all these great things. And yet I was still sitting there and resisting, thinking, oh, well, because I only pictured the success and the abundance coming in a certain way based on my limited perspective, when the universe said, no, we're going to give it to you this way. We have a whole nother route, and it's right here. It's all on me, taking total ownership, barking at all you motherfuckers on a Friday morning. How the fuck you doing today? What you gonna do today? Huh? What are you gonna do? I know you're doing some things. I know you can't. Your mind, see, the thing is, your mind won't even let you stop thinking about all the shit you need to do. And you just keep trying to bury it and push it away. I was the same way, man. I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. That's not me. I feel fake. I feel like I'm an imposter, right? I'm not as good as these people. I'm not as good looking. I don't talk as well, right? When it's like, are you kidding me, guys? Right? Anything you do the first time, you're going to probably suck if you've never done it before. Don't be so fucking hard on yourself trying these new things, right? That's been a big piece of this year. Daily goals, try something new. That should be every day, you guys. You should desire to try something new, something for you and something kind for someone else. That's like just, that shit should get fucking programmed in you to just be a great habit. And you should be excited to learn new things. This fixed mindset, right? We're talking about growth fucking mindsets. Lifetime learners. Never a fucking too old to learn new things. Never too old to try something new, right? Because I guarantee you're sitting there right now saying, oh, I can't do that thing I used to do when I was a teenager or back in the day, in my 20s, or whenever I was young and vibrant and youthful and full of energy and didn't have the stress of fucking life, right? Motherfuckers, there's 80-year-old people doing the shit you making excuses about right now. There's some old ass motherfuckers doing exactly what you say you can't do no more. That's real talk. And how many of y'all are actually willing to look this shit up? Right? That thing that you said you can't do no more, you do a little Google search with the fucking information of the world at your fingertips. You say, 80-year-olds doing skydiving, boom, pops up. 80-year-olds, doing salsa dancing, boom, pops up. 80-year-olds, weightlifting, boom, pops up. 80-year-old marathon runners, boom, it pops up. Like, there's nothing. You got no fucking excuses. Results kill excuses. Once you start getting a few results, start small, right? That's how we change bad fucking habits. We don't just cut cold turkey. Don't put more pain and suffering into your life. We got to quit resisting shit so fucking hard. We got to quit telling ourselves that in order to fucking get ahead, in order to change things up, that it has to be painful and hard. That's a really big challenge for me this year, you guys. Right? I kind of grew up with that mindset, and it's something I still struggle with. This whole idea of, everything's got to be that grind and that fucking hard work. And you guys hear, I preach a lot of that shit because there is a part of it where that's that dark side, man. That's that fucking dark side of us, right? That primal, just fucking gritty. We all have it. We all have that fucking savage inside of us. And too many of you motherfuckers think you're goody good goods, right? And that's dangerous to me, right? You're a dangerous motherfucker if all you can try and project in this world is goody good goods. You some lying motherfuckers, I'll tell you that much, right? Let us follow you around with a camera. We'll see how goody good you are all the time, right? We want to be that. I think every one of us wants to become the best version of ourselves, shine a light so bright that, others will be drawn towards it, right? We want to have good intentions in this world, but man, we have this primal fucking side to us, this darkness. And the shadow work I've done, it's allowed me to now use the darkness. See, the problem with us is we all affiliate the darkness with evil and bad. And that's what makes us scared, because none of us want to be considered evil or bad. That makes sense. But you need that energy You need the fucking grit and that drive. That's not a positive thing, you know, that fucking grind, man. When you're just dealing with the darkest fucking day, the pain and suffering, it ain't going to be a goody good that gets you through it. Positive thoughts alone are not going to get you through the fucking tough shit that you've been through in your life. And you know that. There was something on a deeper, darker level that got you through. That's that grit. That's that fucking resilienceness. That's that, like, I'm not giving up. I don't give a fuck how fucking much you try and choke me out. How much you try and fucking slit my throat. You can't kill me, motherfucker. I'm hard to fucking kill. Any of you guys proud enough to live a life that's, when motherfuckers look at you, they're like, damn, that motherfucker's hard to kill. That's going to be a hard motherfucker to kill right there. He ain't just going to go down. He's going to fight. Because guess what? I care about myself. I value my fucking self. I know that I have a contribution to put to this earth, to leave on this earth. And it's not about just me. It's about inspiring millions and millions and fucking billions of people to become the best version of themselves, to give themselves permission to let go of the trauma, to heal your trauma, you guys. To go back to the little kid, the baby inside of you that's joyful and happy and not afraid and scared of every fucking thing. You don't have to be afraid of today. You don't have to be afraid of this world. It's safe. This is a safe place. It's all mindset. You watch too much of that fucking news, too much of this bullshit. All they want to do is freak you the fuck out every day. I don't watch no fucking TV. Why do you think I have such a fucking peaceful state of mind? I'm so calm. I was talking to a friend this morning. I've never been more calm in my entire life. Peace within, peace around. And some of y'all wait till you hear the story. Some of y'all think you know what the fuck's going on everywhere in my life, and you don't. I've been so close to the fucking edge, man. Razor fucking thin. Razor thin this season. And I got the biggest motherfucking smile here, but it really starts here. My heart, my energy is fucking been cleansed because I'm set free. And I've been set free by what? The story of my past. And it's not just getting in jail. It's not just the alcohol addiction. It's the heartbreak. It's the trauma. It's the fucking abuse that I went through, the neglect that I went through. And I was able to just give all that new meaning. I'm not a victim of that shit. Right? That shit happened for me so that now I could get on here, you guys. And as I rise, right, like a phoenix from the fucking ashes, and I start soaring, all this abundance is coming to me. And guess what? It's going to start going through me, and it's going to you guys. And that's why you keep showing up. That's why you keep watching this. The Morning Drinking Show, as I chronicle 10 years of fucking transformation, 10 years of sobriety in 2022, changing myself from the fucking ground up, having to rebuild myself as a fucking man. And guess what? I'm no different than any of you listening right now. And I don't care who the fuck you are. Because here's what I do know. If any of you have healed the way that I've healed, you would be on here too right now. That's how meaningful your healing is. And there's a lot of you that you're like, I feel good, but you know you still haven't dealt with some of that shit. If you can look back on your past and it still gives you a lot of uncomfortable anxiety, and you think about a person, right? There's a person you think about, there's a situation you think about, and it stresses you out, right? That's some unresolved shit, you guys. Please reach out to me. I know it's scary. Fuck. I wish there was a way for me to keep you guys completely autonomous, right? To where I anonymous. I didn't know who you were, so that you could just totally open up. And that's why I'm trying to encourage you guys. I'm coming on here every motherfucking day, 7 days a week, that if you can't get with me to get some guidance and to get some confidence in doing the journaling, you're going to need to find out this shit on your own, right? You got to start digging into your fucking story of your past at the earliest age. Think about all the way back to your childhood, the stories that you heard, because a lot of times we don't always have a visual memory of the fucking earliest years. But you start talking to some people in your life and you start having some memories. Again, that awareness is everything, you guys. The awareness is the start of transformation. Once you become aware of something, especially when it's some bullshit you're telling yourself, bullshit you're telling other motherfuckers, right? That's where the breakthrough is, you guys. But if there's a person that's on this earth that when you just think of their name, it changes your whole fucking mood in a negative way, there's some work there, you guys. And it's some really good work. There's an opportunity for you to not continue carrying around that hurt and that pain and that sadness and that feeling bad about somebody, what they did to you or whatever that relationship was. There's a great opportunity for you to break through. And I highly encourage you guys today. I did this, part of my journaling. Here's your challenge. Listen up, motherfuckers. I have this. This is your challenge for today. I want you to write a list of every single person you can think about. And it may take you the whole entire day, you guys. It may take you all weekend. Don't just sit there for 5 fucking minutes and write down a few names. No, really meditate on this. Think about this. Ask the universe, please reveal to me anyone that has ever hurt me. And you guys are going to be surprised at all the people that you can actually write down their fucking name that they have hurt you. Big or small, it does not matter. You need to chalk that list up. That's your challenge for today, is to write a list of every single person that has ever hurt you. Because that's your list right there. That's where it starts. That's what you need to be able to fucking get these names and these stories, right? And these situations out of your fucking head, out of your heart. And you put on this piece of paper. Now, guess what? You're in full control. You got total fucking control of the situation from there forward, right? You start writing down all these names. And some of them, it's going to be hard because some of them is the person you just woke up next to. I know it is. Because again, if you're honest with yourself, if you've been in any kind of long-term relationship, cohabitating, you've hurt each other. Like, don't fucking bullshit yourself, right? If you got kids, your kids probably hurt you, right? Teachers probably hurt you. Co-workers have hurt you. Bosses have hurt you. Friends have hurt you, right? Strangers have fucking hurt you. Some of you could just write, the motherfucker in that black truck hurt me, right? Law enforcement. I mean, just there's so many fucking people. You gotta take account for this shit because you need to be able at the end of the day to accept the fact that all these people have hurt you and that you're now willing to do what? Forgive them. Just let it go. Again, my definition of forgiveness is not to accept that they hurt you in a way that it's like, oh, it's okay and everybody gets a free pass to fucking walk all over you. No, we fucking fight over here. We stand our fucking ground. But you got to know where the fuck you stand. You got to know what the fuck you stand for. And you got to know what the fuck hurts you, your triggers, so that you can fucking start to change you. So that when you show up for some motherfuckers and they try and trigger you, you ain't gonna get rocked by that shit. You either remove yourself from those people or guess what? You gotta have a pointed conversation with them to say, hey, I put up with this for far too long. If we're gonna continue this relationship, I want to reset. Because here is something that you have been doing for years, and these are tough conversations to have with some people because could be our parents. It could be people that have had authority over us. And you got to tell them, look, no more. Either this behavior changes or guess what? Our relationship ends. How many of you got the guts to stand for yourself to that extent? They say, people are going to treat you the way that you'll tolerate. And if you're unhappy with how people are treating you, it's because you're tolerating it. You ain't standing up. You need to fucking grow a spine. You need to fucking strengthen up that backbone, strengthen up this mind, getting some discipline, building up your self-confidence, building up your self-esteem, right? Well, how you going to do that? You got to know what the fuck fills your cup. You got to know what the fuck you're going to willing to fight for, what you stand for in life. What are your values? What are your beliefs? But please, please, you guys, those of you that are actually responding to this message, those of you that are actually starting to participate, please do yourself a favor. Write down this list. And don't just do it in one sitting. Know that it's going to you're going to have a name pop up. Once you ask the universe, once you put it out there to God, to the universe, whoever you speak to, right? Ask it. Reveal to me. I'd like to remember every person that has ever hurt me in a negative way. And you just kind of take your journal with you, man, and you just keep adding names to it. You're going to be surprised at how long that fucking list gets. And does that mean that these are people you hate? No. I got love for my haters because I truly can see humanity nowadays, you guys, where I'm at. 10 years of sobriety, this total transformation, now being someone that's giving back, is I see every situation as it's human suffering. We're all fucking suffering. No one has a fucking perfect plan. And all of our plans, life is trial and error. So that means it's failure after motherfucking failure. And it's not until some motherfucker figures it out and starts opening the fuck up, right, that we can actually start fucking figuring some things out and hitting some breakthroughs, you guys. I know this is going to be a breakthrough year for you if you start fucking participating, right? You sign up. You sign up for the It's All On Me fucking program. You keep showing the fuck up. You start waking up a little earlier. Starting your day with some gratitude. Starting your day with some mindfulness, some positive affirmations. Then you start getting into some journaling, right? Start getting real with the fucking stories of your past. And then start putting down some fucking, well, okay, great. I've now fleshed out the past, right? Some of us, we just think, oh, time is what heals. No, fuck no. Nope. No. You're not going to change my mind. You could be 89 years old right now and had something that happened when you were 1 year old. So it's been 88 fucking years. And if you didn't fucking resolve it, that shit's been fucking you still. It's been still impacting your life in a negative way, the trauma from when you were just a little tiny baby. Because your body does not forget unless you give it new meaning. And the only way you're going to give it new meaning is by writing that shit down. And a huge breakthrough was writing down a list of every motherfucker I could think of that hurt me. From the big to the small, you guys. The big to the small. People that screwed me over, right? People that hurt me, people that screwed me over, people that stabbed me in the motherfucking back, people that left me fucking hanging when I needed someone, right? All these motherfuckers. Do I come out here with fucking anger and rage and hate? No, because I know that these motherfuckers, they could only do for me what they had. And if they didn't have it in them, then they couldn't have done that. We can't give what we don't have. And that's why it's so important for you to validate your motherfucking self. That's why it's so important for you to believe in yourself. That's why it's so important for you to fucking have a spirit upon yourself that you don't need anybody else. But when someone else is there genuinely and sincerely and they care about you, guess what? You're going to fucking pay that back in spades 10 times because you're a grateful motherfucker. That when someone does show up for you on a fucking shitty ass fucking day, guess what? You're going to show that person some unconditional love and fucking respect in return, man. Because there's nothing more beautiful than when someone shows up on your fucking shitty ass day, guys. And just saying that makes me emotional. Because I can't tell you how many fucking days that I didn't have any motherfuckers there. And as painful as that feels and it sounds, it was those days that made me the fucking strongest I needed to be. That shit gave me fucking strength, you guys. That didn't make me fucking weak. That didn't mean there was something wrong with me, that I didn't have no one there when I fucking was hurting. That meant that, guess what? I needed to deal with my shit by my fucking self. Because guess whose shit it is? It's my fucking shit. We take total fucking ownership here. Quit making them fucking excuses. Quit looking for that fucking external fucking stimulation to get your mind off the pain and the suffering. That's all we're doing is just trying to fucking get our minds off of it. And it's hard being alone. It's hard when you're fucking hurting and all you want to do is be comforted. You just want someone to fucking come to your rescue. Ain't nobody coming, guys. And it's an empowering fucking thing. Just going through the holidays. I talked about a few weeks ago, you know, this was the first holiday season, Christmas and New Year's, right? That I went through the holidays solo. Right? I've been married for 21 years. You know, I was in a relationship last holiday season, and this season I wasn't. And going into it, it was fucking scary. I could tell I was getting a little anxious. Like I have this calmness, right? And I have this openness and willingness to just do life on life's terms. But there was something about it that it was challenging mentally going into it. I can tell you guys, coming out the other side of it, I'm a changed motherfucking man. And I'm never going back. I'll never go back. Because what it truly showed me is all this, the feelings I had, it was all fear. It was all bullshit. It was bullshit because I have everything that I could ever need right here. That God, the universe has given you everything you need, and it's you. It ain't you plus someone else, plus 5 kids, plus grandkids, plus aunts and uncles and moms and dads. No, the universe gave you. Nobody's attached. If someone had to be there for every fucking moment of your life, they would be attached. But they ain't. And they're never gonna be attached. Because even when we doing that thing, they ain't attached. Or it's momentarily. So go out there, man. I'm grateful I had a little emotional moment, right? That's the power of where I'm at as a motherfucking man right now. A healed man, a whole and complete man. I'm whole and complete, right? I'm still processing some of my trauma, you guys, because it's continual, right? It's continual. You know, you have to continue to reinforce these things. Old habits die hard. And because old habits die hard, that means for you to overcome the old fucking rutted out, empty, fucking dead feelings of the past, you have to continue to reinforce. That's why it takes every day doing the 5 fucking things that I present to you guys. Every day journaling, every day hustling, every day exercising, every day eating healthy, every day giving back to others. All this shit fucking adds up to fill your cup, to make you feel better about yourself. And as you continue to do it and continue to create good habits and leave the fucking bad ones behind, man, you're going to have fucking breakthrough. And you're going to realize how fucking much superpowers you got. You guys got some fucking superpowers in you that you don't even realize, but you kind of do. Because I already know. I know in my own experience. You know, I've always had people give me some amazing compliments. Dude, there's greatness in you. There's all these big shit. And I used to hate it. I'm like, man, quit telling me that shit. Because I always identified myself with a failure, as a failure. 2 DWIs, arrested for domestic violence, divorced, you know, all this shit, man. Those are just huge failures. Losing a business, losing all my fucking property. I mean, just major life failures. But guess what? They say the fucking comeback is greater than the setback, and I'm coming back, motherfuckers. Oh, shit. The drunk motherfucker, he ain't giving up yet, and I'm a hard motherfucker to kill. You ain't found a way to kill me yet, have you? Nope. We're going to keep doing this shit, y'all. We're going to keep doing this. Y'all keep fucking fighting. Keep showing up for yourself. I hope you guys like my fucking motherfucking inspiration. I got so many of those. I did up like the first night I did 50 of them. I can't post too much shit, man. I think I'm gonna overwhelm some of y'all. But I love being on here, you guys. This has been an incredible month. The 4th Friday of the month. I can't believe how fast this shit goes by, you guys. Quit wasting your fucking time. Every day counts. Every motherfucking day counts. What are you gonna do? Right? You gonna keep making them fucking excuses? Or are you gonna have some results this weekend? You got a plan? You gonna try something new? Right? All these motherfuckers over here in Santa Fe, we got dumped on with snow. Why don't you go rent some fucking snowshoes? Go for a hike. Why don't you go sledding? Well, go do some new shit. Get outdoors. Get outdoors, you guys. Nature's a fucking great place to reflect, to recharge, to heal, right? To just collect your thoughts and disconnect from the bullshit. But most of y'all motherfuckers, a lot of your aim is just trying to get through one day to the next. So you don't even really have goals and fucking dreams. And those of you that do, come on now. That goal that you put out for this year, double it. It's all mindset, double it. And as you double it, ask the fucking universe, I'd like to double my goal. How do I get there? Show me how to fucking get there. And then you're going to start getting all these fucking ideas, but then you're going to be a resisting motherfucker saying, but that's going to take work. Why are you guys resisting the work? That's going to improve your fucking life. What's that mental breakdown? What's that fucking story you're telling yourself that somehow you're incapable of doing the work you're capable of doing, especially when the work is going to give you your fucking dream life. It's going to make you feel better than you've ever felt, but it's going to take some time, right? It's going to take a little bit of time. It's going to take some persistence and consistency, because you got to rebuild the fucking trust you have with yourself. If you're anything like me, I didn't trust myself anymore. I stopped believing in what I was capable of doing because I was believing the fucking lies, the story that I'm a fucking failure, and I ain't no fucking failure. I'm fantastic. I'm phenomenal. I'm going to do big things. And as I do big things, guess what? You're going to be fucking doing big things. They say, man, you're going to be a fucking average of the people you hang around most. Some of y'all need to, I'm going back to those relationships. Some of y'all need to fucking take some inventory about who the fuck you hanging around with. If you're trying to level up, if you want to get to another place in life of success, of career, of just emotional growth, physical growth, health and nutrition, man, if you hanging around with a bunch of fucking negative motherfuckers that are still just fucking acting like they were in high school, immature adolescents, y'all need to figure some shit out. You ain't gonna fucking see growth in 22 if you're still hanging out with the same old fucking crowd, man. You need to find someone that you can look up to, that's doing what you want to do. You'd be surprised at how many people that are doing what you want to do are willing to fucking open themselves up to mentor you, to coach you, to encourage you, that to show you a fucking way to get it done. But it takes you. Nobody's going to rescue your fucking ass. You're just sitting there in that fucking dirt box that you dug for yourself, just waiting for someone to backfill that motherfucker. Get the fuck up today. Shake the fucking shit off. Let's go. It's retime. It's reset. We're getting ready to jump into a whole new month. Finish fucking strong this weekend. How many of you, I put this challenge out earlier this week, how many of you motherfuckers willing to give up that fucking football, to go volunteer, to go for a fucking hike, right? Instead of watching motherfuckers work. But you got plans, right? That's your fucking ritual. That's your shit. Y'all can't be different. You can't switch some things up, doing something new, or this is just the fucking program that you feel comfortable with. Somehow you got to watch other motherfuckers work because it makes you feel good for a fucking minute. How many of you guys really walked around this week because your team won or lost thinking now it's Friday, Thursday, yesterday? How many of you were still just like, man, I'm so fucking pumped my team is kicking ass this week? And you're saying my motherfucking team like you own some of that shit. You don't own nothing. This is emotional fucking bullshit you're telling yourself. It's not your fucking team. You're just living vicariously through them because you don't want to do your own life. And I'm putting a challenge out there. Go do your own life. Go volunteer. Give up some of your fucking time. Give up some of that leisure. And some of you got way too much fucking leisure going on when you need to chalk up some real fucking wins in life. That's what it's all about. Take total ownership, motherfucker. Results kill excuses. Greg's out.